All right, welcome back everybody. This video is going to discuss today's entrance ticket questions for the first lesson in Unit 1, Collaborative Art. This video will give you insight into collaborative art, what this form of art means, why artists do it, and why we are doing it as a class. So here in front of us we have about 6 different artworks, 6 different collaborative artworks to be specific. So collaborative art, if I jump down to the next slide, right here, is when you're working with someone to create something. Now I'm going to come back to this slide in a minute, or you can just pause this and write this as your answer for the word. But going back to the first slide, if collaborative art is working together with someone to produce something, then all of these artworks required more than one person to complete. If you notice, none of these projects are just one piece of paper, one drawing. These are all large-scale artworks. At the top left, you can see about 5 or 6 young students taking part in working on this radial artwork of these repeated designs and colors. They're each responsible for using a different color, completing a certain section. The second one, you can see this weaving, where you can see this one young student taking their turn weaving in and out of this loom. Over here, you can see all these multiple squares where this is a unit that I've done before, where each student completes a couple of squares, at least one square, and at the end of the unit they put them all together and you have your final image. This is actually how we're going to be completing our unit for our project for this unit. We'll be doing something more in the style of this lion up here. But again, these top 3 images, including all the bottom 3, I'm not going to get in depth with all of them, but 2 or more people work to help create these. These are all large-scale artworks where artists would benefit from working with more than one person to produce something in a much more timely manner, to produce it much quicker, much more quickly, and much more efficiently with other people than on their own. All right, so that's collaborative art. That's kind of a look at different collaborative artworks and what collaboration means. Now, your essential question for the entire unit, which you'll be answering in your learning log at the end of the unit, is how do artists collaborate to harness the experiences and skills of each person in the group. So it's not just how do artists collaborate, but how does each artist get to bring their skills and experiences into the group? How do we allow that to happen instead of ignoring someone else's ideas or talents? How do we work collaboratively to make sure everyone is bringing something original to the table? So we're going to be thinking about that each week as we go over these videos and the instructional videos as well. So please keep that in the back of your mind. This is going to be a 10-point question for your learning log in the future. So as we've already said, collaboration is working with someone to create something. So here you can see this image of these little colorful people putting these puzzle pieces together to make this image of Girl with the Pearl Earring, which is a famous artwork by Johannes Vermeer. And then we also have up here to the top right, you see multiple people building this light bulb, which would represent them putting their ideas into a project, whereas in the bottom right, you can see these 2 artists both holding the same pencil and adding their own physical skill, their own artistic ability to the project itself. So when you collaborate, you're not just physically working on it, you're also sharing and bouncing ideas off of one another. It's both the imaginative aspect and the productive aspect. So there's just more than one way to collaborate. So please make sure you copy the definition, working with someone to create something, for the first answer of your entrance ticket for today. And then the other question, question 2 for your entrance ticket, is what is teamwork? And teamwork is when you work effectively with a group of people. So you can collaborate with people on a project, on a larger scale project, but if you don't have good teamwork, you're not going to be collaborating effectively. So if each person has a specific skill set or a certain idea, you need to work with each other to harness each person's skills, their vision, their idea, their past successes, or the goals of the individual or the group as a whole. So teamwork means working effectively. It's not just working with someone, but it must be effective within a group of people. So that's your definition for the second word. And then lastly, your investigative question is, why would artists choose to collaborate on a work of art? And be specific. Remember that first slide that we looked at when we were looking at those large-scale artworks and working with other artists to produce it in a more timely manner and more effective in a more effective way. There is more to that answer than I just stated, but please answer that question to the best of your ability as to why an artist would choose to collaborate. Please post all of your answers in Schoology under the entrance ticket. Once you have completed your entrance ticket, please make sure you watch the instructional video for the first phase of this unit so you know how to begin this first unit with ease. All right, guys, look forward to reading your answers and awarding everyone 3 points, but make sure you answer all questions correctly. Okay, bye, everyone.